mission to help level the playing field or to carry items you may or may not need during the assignment. You don't control them all at once, but you can switch squad members at any time by finding a proper place to hide and selecting the different character. But soldiers can also be assigned to different duties in between missions. Technicians can help you build classic gadgets like thermal goggles or remote detonators. Medics can help you and your member recover health and stamina at a faster rate between objectives, and spies can pinpoint you to special weapons, collect ammo for other things, and collect intel on the enemy. It's all very interesting, but ultimately unnecessary. They essentially took things Snake could do himself from other games and turned it into micromanagement. So instead of you procuring weapons on site or finding gadgets inside a locker, shit I was perfectly okay with for the record, they now have to be made or found in a specific way. It's all to put more importance on teamwork, but Snake is still perfectly capable of handling every mission on his own, even with that small-ass inventory. Portable Ops is just a smaller game in general. Areas, dialogues, cutscenes, the whole shebang. My first runtime was about 13 hours, but I'm sure 8 of those hours was just me dragging more soldiers to my truck for recruitment. I ended up not needing over half of these men and women, and considering how much of a drag it was to recruit all these people, I'm disappointed they weren't utilized more. The purpose of your soldiers is to make your job easier, or at least needlessly do shit Snake didn't have any problems doing earlier. But my sneaking squad still acted as pack mules more than anything else. I rarely used the stuff my spies found in any locations, and even when they do find something I can really use, Snake or someone else still has to travel to that area and physically grab the thing instead of your spies grabbing it for you off screen. What's the point of additional soldiers if Snake still has to do most of the dirty work? I think like in the case with Portable Ops Plus, your soldiers had more of a purpose in online mode, because in single player they're there, and I got a feeling this isn't the last time I'll see something like this in the marathon. I can recommend Portable Ops as a harmless, fillerific Metal Gear Solid game for the PSP, but it's like bottom of the barrel priority. I would play any other Metal Gear Solid game before this one. Mechanically, it's sound, it's just not very interesting, and repetitive as shit when playing it in the long run. I mean, it's handheld, it's meant to be experienced in small bursts, so I recommend approaching it that way should you want to try it, and I realize the PSP isn't quite something everyone has immediately at their disposal, but it's the only way you're playing it unless you invest in that PlayStation TV thingamajig. Maybe that's a better alternative, if it's even available on the service at all. Portable Ops is an in-between game, it really feels like it. I'm your stepping stone between Snake Eater and what people were really waiting for, and honestly, I dread thinking how long that video could potentially be, because next time, we're heading past Sons of Liberty, folks. We're going back to modern times. Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots for the PlayStation 3. Pray for me, folks. Need all the love, the prayers, shit. With all that said, thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care. Will attract some heavy opposition because you're giving away your location all the time, but it's still perfectly manageable as long as you can aim. It's how I handle the boss fights, because taking these girls down with non-lethal means takes too fucking long without the right weapons. Just give me this railgun right here and I'll call it a night. Bam! Maybe it's because I just played every other Metal Gear before this. I still find something infinitely more satisfying by sneaking around everyone. The game gives you greater rewards for non-lethal solutions. It's what Metal Gear is all about, avoiding the opposition rather than confronting it. That said, I don't mind the slightly heavier emphasis on action, because I don't need to change how I personally approach scenarios. If I can still sneak up behind someone to toss them with CQC or put them to sleep with a tranquilizer to the head, I will continue to do just that. That's how I play Metal Gear. And now I can do it with an iPod. No, I mean like an actual in-game iPod. This game, for some reason, has product placement by Apple. I can sneak around with the original theme of Terra playing in the background, and that holds more meaning to me now because I actually played the original Metal Gear. It's the only way I can really tolerate Chapter 3, where you're slowly tailing someone for the majority of the chapter. Cardboard box or not, this shit's boring. Guns of the Patriots is so far the best in Metal Gear gameplay. I don't think there's any problem with it. The weapon system, the Octo Camo feature, having everything from Sons of Liberty and beyond. I love CQC. It's just the ginormous thing that ties it all together is an element that I think can only be enjoyed, let alone understood, by Metal Gear fans. I mean, you can skip all the cutscenes, all the mission briefings, but isn't that sort of skimming on the total package? This shit is on a dual-layered Blu-ray disc, for Christ's sakes. And it ain't because of the gameplay. It's because, bottom line, Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots is a movie that you can play around with. It's tricky. I don't feel it's right to say, go play the other games before playing this, but for maximum enjoyment, I think it's necessary. Could I recommend Guns of the Patriots to a new player as a standalone? Well, as a game? Yes. It doesn't really matter if you understand the story or the context of your surroundings or not. The stealth action delivers no matter what, but Guns of the Patriots is more than a game, as it will remind you repeatedly. In that regard, I think MGS4 fails in being accessible to everyone because it clearly wasn't designed to be someone's first Metal Gear. At the end of the day, whether or not you start the series with this game is ultimately up to you. Oh sweet Jesus, I did it! I've crossed the apex of Metal Gear complexity. The Metal Gear Solid series is finally over. So why are there still a handful of games left to review? Let me take a look here. Well, it looks like we got a game involving Raiden, and Big Boss apparently isn't done sharing his story. Look, we already know how things are going to turn out because of Guns of the Patriots, so I want to see how things transpire after Guns of the Patriots. Next up in the Metal Gear Marathon, I'm looking at Metal Gear Rising. Revengeance. What? Oh, Platinum Games. Ooh, I might be in for a treat. With all that said, folks, thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care. This game doesn't care about stealth. It makes me wonder why they even bother with some of these instances. They end up feeling a bit forced. You certainly don't earn higher ranks for keeping it quiet. It's about how much shit you wreck, how fast you do it, and whether or not you got hurt. Without spending much time in VR missions or purposefully hunting down those optional encounters for additional ranks and battle points, Revengeance clocks in about 8 hours, and a good chunk of that is gameplay. The story's not just straightforward, the cutscenes are also not nearly as long as previous entries. There are 2 separate story missions involving Blade Wolf and Jetstream Sam available as separate DLC for the console versions, and already included in the PC release. They're both pretty short, not much longer than an hour each, and they reuse a lot of assets, but they're pretty cool extras, if only for the characters you control. Blade Wolf places you in control of the titular character, set before the robotic canine meets with Raiden in the main story. And if you feel like you didn't get your stealth fix in the main story, Blade Wolf's got you covered, because this content is all about using stealth to get by easily, since Blade Wolf doesn't rock the same sort of defenses as Raiden. It certainly satisfied my classic Metal Gear appetite, so Metal Gear fans may end up really liking it, bearing the random platforming segment around the center of it. The Jetstream Sam content is lacking in original areas and ideas, but man, do I fucking love how this guy handles. He can't sneak up on enemies and give them a quick kill, but his combos are vicious on the ground or in the air. He feels twice as fast in Raiden, and he has a double jump. You know what, I'm reminded of Bayonetta when playing as Sam, so that might be it. This guy's awesome, and I just wish he was an alternate character I could choose in the main campaign to get more mileage out of him, even though that wouldn't make much sense. This is a great game, bar none. Not very Metal Gear. In fact, if it weren't for Raiden and the appearance of Metal Gear Ray, I would say this is Metal Gear in name only. There's little to no stealth, the story isn't Metal Gear caliber in length, grace, or complexity, and there's no Snake, if you really care for the war-torn soldier. I guess objectively, you can call Revengeance the worst Metal Gear game in existence, but that's only if you're comparing it to its predecessors. Revengeance is something else, it yearns to be something else, and what we have here is a tremendously fun, action-packed adventure that's a little on the short side, but absolutely worth your time and money if you love this type of game. I don't recommend Revengeance as a Metal Gear title, but I sure as hell recommend it as a great video game in general. Oh my goodness, I think I see a light at the end of this Metal Gear tunnel. We just have a few more pit stops to make before making our complete exit, and it involves these 2. Now, that straw poll I made at the Ghost Babel Portable Ops Double Review really spoke volumes, so because you guys demanded it, I'm looking at the Metal Gear Acid series for the PlayStation Portable. After that, I'm heading into Peace Walker, which will lead into the final video of the marathon, a double review of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes and The Phantom Pain. Okay, so I've got to get my hands dirty with these first, and they're role-playing games, so... well, with all that said, I'll see you guys next time with the Metal Gear Acid series. Thank you all for watching, have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care. Upgraded to have better performance. Encounters are faster, the entire game is faster. I clocked in 20 hours in the first Acid game. Acid 2 was around 12. A major difference is the substantial cut down on sequences where certain cards are needed to continue. I only counted one, and that was when a sniper rifle was needed to shoot down UAV ciphers. It's almost a complete retread of that same mission on Acid 1. You don't need Nikita missiles for disabling things, there's no card keys required for anything. Acid 2 trims a lot of fat, and it's better for it. I'm sure another factor to the shorter runtime was the fact that I was already used to the gameplay style thanks to Acid 1, but I would still say Acid 2 is more beginner-friendly. You got tutorials, different difficulties, and it's easier to sneak around enemies to avoid confrontations because of broader level design. I still wouldn't revisit this, given my dislike of the turn-based tactical strategy real-time card-based base Metal Gear thing, I can at least say that Acid 2 has a better chance of offering you something you can enjoy. And I'm glad I was able to experience this after Acid 1 to appreciate the changes more. I'm not sure if these two are available on the PlayStation TV service, but the PlayStation Portable is always an option, if anything, so you can experience the other RPGs in the damn thing. And I can't end this video without at least mentioning this as well. Acid 2 came with this Solid Eye 3D viewer. You can watch trailers and other videos in stereoscopic 3D, essentially what the 3DS does already without the need for this piece of cardboard. It's a little awkward. I feel like I'm studying microorganisms rather than watching compressed videos in substandard 3D. And I sort of feel like a creeper when I watch the videos where I do nothing but stare at this girl doing random things. Still an interesting thing to come packaged with the game, assuming you didn't buy it used. This kind of looks like the head of a cute robot. You know what, let me just... And then... Booyah! Solid Eye, robot. Okay, so this is where I go a little off script here, and I just want to say I'm sorry for that delay, guys. A lot has happened since the Revengeance video and the LEGO Avengers review podcast. And those who follow me on social media know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm moving. Yeah, I'm getting a new place. This review is the last, I guess, full video I'm making in this place I've spent nearly 8 years of my life making videos in. I got a lot of memories here. I'm going to make a special tribute video for it. But make no mistake, I'm working on the Peace Walker video now. So I know you guys won't wait nearly 3 weeks for that video. No excuses. So, I guess I'll see you guys over at my new place with Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, the PlayStation 3 version. I'm not going to bother with the PlayStation Portable. Kind of done with that handle for the time being after the Acid series. But with all that said, thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care. By playing Peace Walker with friends, yes, there are some multiplayer options in this game, and unlike Portable Ops, I was able to actually play some missions with some good chums of mine. Shoutouts to the Calamity crew for joining me in some Peace Walker action. It made some extra missions like optional tank battles and the other mechanical boss fights so much fucking easier. It was a good time. We moved around in box tanks, got extensive training in CPR, roasted some rations in the box and everything, went all Power Rangers in our choice of clothing, watched a haystack murder someone, and decided to take on a Monster Hunter dragon in some stylish tuxedos. Yes, I said Monster Hunter dragons. There are a handful of missions where Snake and his men can battle mythical creatures from the Monster Hunter franchise, including an organic, breathing version of Metal Gear Rex from MGS1. Alright, I think I found the most bizarre moment in the franchise with Big Boss talking to this cat from Monster Hunter, and he can understand everything he says. Get friends for these because they can take a beating, especially when you have to put them to sleep to get exclusive gear. It takes so many tranquilizers that by the end of the fight, you're basically like... Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. But they are really cool to fight with friends, you know, when you can actually connect to the fucking server. I get the feeling that a lot of people are playing MGS5 online more than Peace Walker nowadays. But with all the damn connection errors, it might as well have been like a hidden boss fight that we couldn't hope to beat. It feels like everyone was getting in on Peace Walker like it was 2011. I had to reset my PS3 too many times to count. But when it went through, though, it was a damn good time. In a time after Guns of the Patriots, Peace Walker is a good entry in the Metal Gear saga. I don't feel any more fulfilled in the chronology with this story, honestly. It feels a bit on autopilot. Not much different than how I felt about Portable Ops' narrative. But at least Peace Walker is damn good in the gameplay department. It takes Portable Ops and makes it more streamlined with how you recruit and manage your army. Missions are very approachable and easy to get into, and multiplayer is a great time when you have the extra helping hands. And I stress again, it makes Peace Walker much more fun. So please consider getting some friends in on the tactical espionage operations. Peace Walker is good enough as a single-player adventure, but it wants you to play with others, and I recommend you do so. And now, we're finally here, the end of the Metal Gear Marathon. I got one more video left to go, but this is without a doubt the longest marathon I've ever done. It beats out Mega Man. I thought nothing would ever beat out Mega Man until I got to something like in Final Fantasy and whatnot. Well, I gotta get back to work, because the next time we meet up, this is it. I'm heading into Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, and the Phantom Pain. I'm surprised a lot of people were asking, was I going to cover both or just one or the other? And I was like, no, you have to look at both of them. They're a duology. They belong together. They're like the Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles of the Metal Gear series. So yeah, of course you gotta look at both of them. It wouldn't be complete without so. But more on that next time. With all that said, thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care.